Well, the wait is over. Welcome along to Season 7 of Late Night Racing. This is round 1 of the Pro Tier. It's the first race of the season here in the Kingdom of Bahrain. And this is the Sakur circuit, 19 miles southwest of the Bahrain capital. We have 495 pylons and 5,000 spotlights that will illuminate this track. Nothing too bright, but for those drivers that are going to be participating there, making their way around this 5.4 kilometer track there. 3.3 miles with 15 of those turns, I believe. Not 16 was going on in that one. It is 15. Lots and lots of 3 DRS zones and heavy braking, as you can see with the action zone there. Corners 1 to 3. That's obviously a projection from the DRS train again. And turn 4 is another one from the very long straight. You'll see, expecting to see more action overtaking there. And then plenty of other corners as you go into turn 8, which is a bit of a hairpin. Produces a lot of fun wheel-to-wheel action, as you'll see. And the softest tyres that most of the drivers will be on this evening to start qualifying. You've got mediums and then the hards, so the strategy between those two tyres. Go ahead, Botsy.
No problem. Looks like 20 laps are here to follow into Bahrain, and the lights go out, and looks like the Ferrari of Tony Montana gets a really nice start contesting quad into Williams. He is ahead going into turn number 1. The Alfa Romeo is trying to make a move on one of the Ferraris, a Rifler, and quad taking the inside line going into turn 2 down into P2, pushing the Ferrari of Rifler, and the Alfa Romeo takes advantage. Alex the Great takes advantage of the little incident between Williams and the Ferrari. Saku Chow's dropping down, trying to contest the Ferrari of Rifler. Rifler having a really bad start heading into turn number 6, I believe. So really great start from Tony Montana. Quad trying to take advantage of the little mishaps from Rifler. And Alex the Great up into P3. Really nice start for some of these drivers.
At the moment, showing Takeo, well, it was showing he was just right on the back of Kyle, but he's not. And there it is. Kyle is on the back of Rum. I don't think anymore. He still will be on the back of Rum at the moment. Rum's shut the door for now. But look at the DRS activation. Once again, that straight line speed of 17 kilometers an hour makes it very difficult to defend against. It's going to have the inside line now covered off Rum. And that will move Kyrie. Nope, actually, Rum's come back. Once again, Rum's back through those S's.
No, really great stuff from Quad into Williams, catching the slipstream and the DRS of Tony Montana, and Quad up into P1.
You got 3 abreast as well. Saku is thinking about it on Alex the Great and Rifler. Oh, this is going to hurt somebody along the line, but they're somehow making this a synchronous pass, overtake 3 cars. The track is wide enough. We've lost Snoop. Quite sure where Snoop is on track. It's just left a session, actually. Basically a couple of corners, actually more than that. So I wonder if he has any damage. Well, he doesn't look like he's got any major damage that we can see.
Really interesting from Snoop Francis in the Renault, or now known as Alpine, as we have a couple drivers pitting now to change onto those hards. I think Snoop just decided to park on one of the sides, and that disqualified him. And very unfortunate stuff from Snoop. We did see him finish
safety car.
Here. We have a safety car.
That's a very late safety car because of that. You look out for Tony and Saku on some fresh medium tyres, P6 and P7. They're going to be certainly putting some pressure on Reed Marco. So here it is. It's on.
There you go.
Very good getaway for the Williams driver. But further back, this is the pressure between some of the tyres.
Ooh. Marco making a move on to Melee. Melee gets back on traction and up into P3 again. Reed struggling with traction. Tony Montana and Sakuchal take advantage of that. I think Quad might take advantage of that as well. And really great stuff from Tony, Saku, and Quad. Really bad stuff from Reed. And Saku getting another 3-second time penalty, adding 6 seconds on to his name. Very unfortunate stuff for him there. Just going a little too wide out of those corners, and we have yellow flags popping up in Sector 2.
Yeah, we're seeing cars go all over the place. This Rifler going a little twirly there. Outer rim, dropping back some positions. Rifler's dropping a couple more because he's just got a really bad exit or entrance there. They're tapping. Elbows are out. We saw the boxing match at the moment. There's Jimi Hendrix now battling. Rifle's dropping a couple of more places. Looks like Tony Montana's actually making a gain on Marco during that. He's got the fresher tyres. because he's getting very, very close, if not in front there of Marco. He wants the position back. He's keeping Marco for company, actually. He's bringing it to Melly.
Look out for Quad as well.
And
Quad's making a move.
Ooh. Yep. We'll stay on board with Marco, and we can see this 3 abreast up against. Once again, this is twice now we've seen these 3 cars try to turn into turn 1 and then switch route to the left. And there's Quad.
Oh. Looks like Melee caught the end of Quad, and it made him just lose it coming out of turn 2. It made him spin, and Tony Montana taking advantage of a little fiasco between those two up into P3. Really great stuff from Tony Montana.
That's Ant off into the wall. He's had a spinneroo from that tangle. As you expect, so many cars bunched up together. Elbows are out. First race of the season. It's inevitable that somebody's going around. In this case, first one would be Ant. Well, the driver's been pushed off the track.
No, neither does Rum from Tony Montana. Looks like the little pack between Kyrie and Rum is about 2.5 seconds ahead of Tony Montana. So definitely not feeling the pressure, and looks like Rum and Kyrie will definitely battle it out as DRS is enabled. Race Control has enabled DRS. So we'll definitely see those little DRS transform.
Yeah, we're going to see one right now. We got Quad on Marco again. Not much of a love lost between those two drivers, is there? So Marco losing it out there. Quad has a little bit better tyres. We're going to go to that battle at the start in a minute. I think Teiko and Purvis at the back. I think it's not over yet, isn't it? They're tapping wheels, the Williams and the AlphaTauri. And Marco is just watching this from behind. So Alex the Great.
Maybe he's feeling a little bit more brave.
We saw punches too, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe that was another. Oh, that was a punch out. Here we go. There's a path on Impervious and Elegance. And that is down for P13 and P14. Both softs the mediums versus the hard tyres. Is that Rifler getting ahead of Reed? I certainly think it might be. And Jimi Hendrix is also into this mix, as Jimi Hendrix has been all last season as well. Rum's still not managing to get too much closer to Kyrie's, and Kyrie's kind of covering him off a little bit at this point. Jimi Hendrix making a move there, but he's compromised his exit speed. Outer rim's going to be on the outer side of him. No, he won't. Really putting the pressure on the back of Rum.
And Tony trying to make a move on the outside going into turn 4. Rum's still right beside him, so he has to be very careful, but Rum decides to let him pass. Quad is coming right behind Rum. Rum has to be very careful where he puts the car at. Almost colliding behind the back of the Ferrari of Tony Montana. Rum goes up into P3. Alex is just watching this happen. Might make a move going into turn number 10, I believe, out of this DRS zone. Yeah, he will definitely try to make a move. He has enough ERS to cover it as well. And Alex up into P4.
Man, the only thing you're going to try to do strategy-wise is just to hold up your opponents as much as possible. Pit stop here is going to cost you 25 seconds. That will drop those guys down to where it is in P14. So Rum's boxing. Here we go. There's a run on Tony Montana on the outside of our race leader, who was leading the race of Kyrie. And also Quad is thinking about this as well.
I think Kyrie, I'm sorry, because I think Kyrie was just trying to hold up Tony Montana a bit due to a little bit of some team orders happening here and there. Kyrie right behind the back of his teammate with a Quad, and Quad now trying to bring it to Tony Montana. Tony Montana's definitely feeling the heat going into Sector 2.
Difference, there's a bit of a lag glitch. That might have caught Alex off and myself, as Alex about to make a move now on Kyrie. No doubt Kyrie is losing time. Is he losing too much time? We'll find out soon when they box, because, well, Rum, that was running P2. He elected to box a little bit early. He's put some fresh tyres on. He's currently, at the moment, 25.3 seconds off our race leader, but our race leader, Tony, doesn't need boxing time just soon. Neither does Quad.
Stuff from Quad. Making a move on the outside, going into turn 1. Tony Montana might bring it to him, as he's going to have DRS available to him going into the second DRS zone out of turn 3. But not enough.
Yeah, but Kyrie's got, has he got it down the pit lane straight? No, he hasn't. Rum's going to be ahead of him. Actually, my mistake, I'm on the wrong car. Yeah, no, Rum's coming around. He's got quite a distance in the first race of the season here. Late Night Racing Pro Tier Season 7, Round 1, Bahrain, and look at the exit speed. And DRS train. The DRS 17 kilometers an hour that Alex gets, and that's a pretty easy overtake on Tony. Holding up this pack of drivers that just freshly done it. So Kyrie's managed to get past Elegance. Now Rum wants to do the same. You can see Elegance twitchy out of the corner because those tires are just a little bit more used. I think Rum can drive around the outside here with the traction. Then it's going to come back to having the inside line, but it's going to be a drag strip here. He's going to tuck up behind to try to get that slipstream and then come back at him on turn 11 perhaps, where you do see a lot of the overtaking, but backs off on this one for now. Probably realizes all he has to do is go through 12 and 13 and try to get him on both of these back straights or the main straight. Is there a tangle touch? It looked like there was something there. You also got Reed for company. So many three-way battles we've been seeing here this evening, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. They definitely have the pace to compete with one another, and they're definitely showing it out to the fans here this evening.
This is what we expect from Bahrain. We got the same thing. Look at that. Reed a little bit twirly coming out of there. Couldn't get on the power as early, but now just covering off Melly. Good wheel-to-wheel action here in Bahrain. We saw it there from the development tier, and we expected the same thing to be produced here in the Pro tier, and it has. Will finally get this overtake done here. He's got to set it up on the inside. Can't be compromised anymore. Brake later. Be sure he cover off Elegance, get the racing line. He has gone twirly, but Elegance may very well come back at him now. That's going to be fuming for Rum. Once again, we know that Rum doesn't have too much luck in this track, does he? Let's hope his luck can end.
No, but definitely made the move on Elegance. Elegance is right beside him, but he is ahead going into turn 2. Really, really great defending from Rum. We'll see if Elegance brings it back here on this second DRS straight.
I don't think Elegance can with the tyres now. And he might going to try, but isn't he? He's not going to give it up that easy. Rum is being compromised by Kyrie. Remember, those guys are on the freshest tyres after making their pit stop from provisionally leading this race. So they do not need to box again. Marco is behind Elegance with fresh tyres, as well as you can see the other drivers. All the other drivers at the back there have made those pit stops, and they've got the fresh boots on. The other drivers up ahead from P1 down to P8 have not. We have in P7, that is Reed. He has to box because he's started this race with those tyres, and they must not be feeling very good at the moment, as Rifler has had a bit of an off somewhere. It looks like turn 10. That's one of your Ferrari drivers not having the best of days. Best of luck. The other Ferrari driver of Tony is also serving a 3-second penalty as well. Out of rim. I think he's got past Jimi Hendrix now.
Yeah, definitely. And quick little look at the Twitch chat out there. It looks like Rifler is still in here watching and supporting the Pro Tier drivers. Is expecting some punctures towards the end of this race. A lot of the comments saying that at least the top 4 drivers are gonna at least try to pit within these couple of laps. I don't think it would be best for them to pit, as wouldn't be right. It wouldn't make sense.
Otherwise, you're really not gonna have enough laps to get the overtakes done. That's why Bahrain likes to produce that strategy, doesn't it, towards the end of a race? And obviously a late safety car right now is just going to blow everything completely out of proportion. Too late to pit is the call. I'd have to probably agree with that one now. You would have had to do it a couple of laps earlier.
Just like how Tony and Alex Great did it. I definitely agree with that as well.
Outside of Ant, we're on board with Tony. We can see that action up ahead. Can Ant hold him off? He doesn't have the traction, does he? He does not have the traction. Look at this. Even Tony's in here. Ant's going to look at losing 2 positions, perhaps. He's going to have the inside line.
Tony making an outside move on Alex.
This is brilliant.
And Tony and Alex going into turn number 6, I believe. Really, really great drive from those two. Elegance gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in a pit lane, but Alex the Great still up into P4, and Ant loses 2 positions down.
Kyrie and Marco still side by side. And that's through your usual turn 1 and turn 2. A lot of overtaking there has been conducted this evening. Here we go, battle on again. Marco with a little bit better tyres. And Kyrie does not want to give this up yet.
Ooh.
Actually, I'd have to say he is the fastest man outside of Elegance that's just put the fresh boots on. He's the fastest man on track. 22 lap medium. Sorry, hards. That's pretty impressive.
It definitely is, followed by looks like a 26 gap. Or actually, never mind. Let's go to Alex and Tony Montana, who are battling it out, going to turn number 4. Really great stuff from those two drivers. Alex taking P4, and like you said, because that crossover is definitely happening between those medium and soft tires.
It's a penalty that they're nursing. Let's see Jimi Hendrix' final opportunity right now. Here it is to make a run on outer rim. This will be for second place. See, Jimmy has been sizing him up. He's been following the Alpine team for practically most of half of this race. Outer rim wants to deny him. These guys are battling right now on track on very worn tires too. Both of them locking up, as you can see, struggling. If you're Alex Great right now, you'd be praying that these two drivers take each other out. But hopefully, I'm praying that Outer Rim and Jimi Hendrix do bring it home after a solid drive. So we can't take it away from this man. Has dominated the race from pole position across the line to win the very first race of Late Night Racing Pro Tier, and doing it in style with a huge 22-second gap. Now, go back to Jimi Hendrix. He is running out of time. He's on the back straight out of turn 13 down here. Going to be too far back, I think, to bring it. Should get a solid drive out of Outer Rim. I think has definitely covered him off. Outer Rim, well, fantastic for the Alpine team driver to get that P2. Started in P6, so great positions gained. Crossing the line, get that one. Jimi Hendrix will get that P3 from P9. That's all a good, solid drive. Alex Great coming back there with that pit stop strategy. Didn't quite work out to get those podiums. Tony Montana losing a few positions, but get that P5. Your driver day will go to Marco. Oh, there you go. Congratulations to the Williams driver. He had the fans out there early as well. They were all calling out for the Williams driver to get a win. Well, the Williams driver did get a win. The Williams driver got a win in absolute style as well. And I wanted to, I'm sure you guys would like to ask as well, what would those tyres feel like at the end on 25 laps? Well, you'll have to ask those three men that are on top of the step of the podium. Right there.
They stuck to their strategies, yeah, definitely.
Like to read through those results for us?
No problem,
please?
Biggles. Yep, after an exciting and really great race from these, what was it, 17 drivers. Quad finishes P1 here in Bahrain, followed by Outer Rim in the Renault in P2, and Jimi Hendrix completing the final step of the podium in P3. Alex the Greats and Tony Montana electing to do a two-stop strategy, finishing P4 and P5. And having a really solid race as well after a really nice and impressive last season. Impervious, Marco, Kyrie, and Rum complete your top 10, followed by Reed, Melee, Teiko, Saku Chow, McNish, Elegance, and it looks like Rifler and Snoop Francis were the two retirements here